Welcome to the Focus on Greatness podcast with me, Hiram Roche. This podcast, we encourage fathers, husbands, believers, and entrepreneurs to be able to walk into their God-given potential. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? And welcome to the Focus on Greatness podcast. I am your host, Hiram Roche, as well as HR. And as always, it is an honor to be here with you, my greatness tribe. Hey, listen, this month I believe is going to be an awesome month because I named it, which is normally what this month is. If you are a sports fan in any nature, it is this context of March Madness. And I believe that throughout this month, I wanted to be able to kind of push myself as well as encourage you to be pushed as we kind of dive more deeper into the thing that we are into, the dream that we're going after, the goals that we're trying to achieve, allowing the month of March to kind of be able to push us a little bit more as we dive deeper into these different things. And so I want to be able to set throughout this month, set some time aside to be able to walk through this book, my book, Start with the Finish in Mind. I believe it's a very powerful, essential tool that helps people to be able to walk through their steps in their day to day, as well as to be able to achieve their goals, to have a vision of where they're trying to get to. And so tonight we're going to start on day one of being able to really look into and walk through this. And I want to be able to dive right in. So let's look at Hebrews chapter 12. Verses 2 in the King James Version, Hebrews chapter 12, verses 2. And this is what it says. It says, "Look unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of God." Now, I believe that this is a vital, important part of this context of specifically when we're talking about starting with the finish in mind. Every journey begins with a single step, but what if you knew exactly where that journey was meant to end? I wrote the book for people like you, people that have dreams, people that have goals, people that want to walk in their own business, create their own legacy, but just don't know where to start. This book is a handbook. It's a bunch of tools that gives you the steps that you'll need to be able to walk into the destiny, the dream, the life that you desire and should have for you. And start with the finish in mind. You'll discover how to redefine your purpose, build on an actionable roadmap, and stay focused on the outcome that truly matters. With practical advice, real-life stories, and a faith-driven approach, Start with the Finish in Mind will equip you to set clear, purpose-filled objectives, navigate challenges with resilience, and build a legacy that you'll be proud of. Start with the Finish in Mind by Hiram Roche, your guide to purposeful living and lasting success. I believe that when Jesus started this journey of being able to come on earth, he had a vision. He had a clear idea of what this was supposed to look like. The Bible also allows us to be able to understand that not only is he the author and the finisher of our faith, but that he's the Alpha and Omega, meaning that he has already went to the end, knowing what this is going to look like, and then came back to the beginning to be able to walk the process out, which is the theme of the thought process when we think about starting with the finish in mind. It allows you to be able to already have a picture, already have an idea, already have something that you have a glimpse of what you're trying to achieve, and then now creating the steps, the thought process, the things that you need to be able to achieve that goal, to be able to go after that dream. And so tonight, what I want to start off with is what I believe is the most important part of all of this, which is phase one of the book, is this context of your vision. Now, vision for me, as I have spoken, if you've been watching or walking with me in any form of time period, you understand that vision for me is a glimpse of what God has for our future. When we look at our vision, vision is a glimpse of what God has for our future. It's something that is futuristic. It's something that is not present, but it's something that we want for our future. And so it's something that we're trying to go after, something that we want to achieve. And so with the vision that we want or have, we have to have a picture. And in the book, I utilize this thought process of one day when my son and myself were at a store, and we went to Walmart actually, and we were going through the store, and he was picking out a gift that he had truly wanted, which was a Lego set. And while we were walking down the aisles, one of the things that we realized, or I realized, is while he's going down these aisles, he's looking for a specific type of Lego set that he wanted to be able to put together. And he was able to identify the type of Lego set that it was because of the picture that was on the front of the box. And what I realized when we got back home, when it was time to start to get to prepare to be able to put everything together, as I realized that everything that was inside the box was on the picture that was on the front of the box. They had given unto us a vision of what this was going to look like. Yes, they created a scenery around it. Yes, they added other pieces around it. But the main emphasis of what this Lego set was on the front of this box. It gave unto us a clear picture of what we were trying to achieve. And so we understood after we opened the box that there were steps that we have to do, that there was things that we needed to be able to put things together. There was all of these pieces that we need to be able to function to put together, which we'll deal with. But the initial piece was the picture, was the vision that we were able to see, which helped us to understand what the finished product was supposed to look like. So I want to ask you, what is your vision? Now, this vision doesn't have to only be for a business. It doesn't have to be for where we're talking about we're trying to achieve entrepreneurship or we wanted to do. It can be for any category of place in your life. What is the vision for your family? What is the vision for your finances? What is the vision for your job? Like, are you trying to stay in the level that you are in currently? Or do you want to go higher? You have to be able to have a vision, a picture. Yes, the scripture does tell us that we need to not only have a vision, but that we need to be able to write the vision and make it so plain that people can be able to see it while they're on the move. But we need to, again, have a vision. The scripture also allows us to understand that without a vision, people perish. Why? Because a lot of people sometimes can go through the motions of moving through life without having a picture of what they are trying to achieve, and they get burned out. So I want to ask you a question. And this is a question that I ask you because, being very honest, I had to even ask myself and answer myself so that I can be able to have a clear understanding as I continue to progress, even writing this book. Have you ever started a context, started something, doing something, trying to go after something, but you didn't have a vision? You didn't have a clear picture of what this end would look like. You didn't have a clear picture of all the pieces of what this was, the main picture of what this is going to be, what you want to achieve. You didn't have a real picture of where you were trying to go. If you did, let's say it that way, if you were in that bubble, if you were in that picture, if you were in that thought process, like myself, you might probably didn't achieve that dream. You probably did not were able to achieve that goal. You probably wasn't able to be able to go after the business idea because not because you didn't have the passion, not because you didn't have a desire. No, you just didn't have a clear picture of what that looked like. Because the reality is, if we don't have a picture of where we're trying to go after, then how do we ever know that we're achieving it? How do we ever know that we're on the right path? How do we know that we have made it to that destination? We don't know if we do not have a vision. Now, this scripture context that we just read in Hebrews chapter 12, verses 2, we're going to read this again because I want us to get some understanding of what this is saying, even unto us now. Looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. Let's pause here. One, we need to be able to trust God through our process. I need to have a vision, but even though I have a vision, there's a process to get to the vision. There are steps to get to that vision. There's things that I need to do. There's people that I need to connect with. There are a lot of different pieces that go with the puzzle. It's not a straight shot. It's not, I'm a creative vision and then tomorrow I get to the destination. No, some visions take longer than others because of the amount of things that is needed in the process to get you to that destination. So we have to not only do we have to trust the process, but we have to trust the leading of God as we go through the journey, as we go through the process, as we're walking through the steps. So let's read it again. Looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, meaning he knows the front and the end. If you ask me anything about this book that I've wrote, one thing that you'll understand is I know every part of this book because I wrote it. In the same lane, God being the Alpha and Omega, he knows how this is going to go. Yes, we have choices. Yes, we can make certain decisions, but at the end of it all, he is still the shepherd of our lives. So he understands where we are going. So I have to trust him in this process. So looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross. Let's pause. He had something that he knew. He had a vision. He had a picture of where he was trying to go, the goal of what he's trying to achieve, the end of what this was supposed to look like. But he understood that even though he has this vision, even though he has this idea of what he wants to accomplish at the end of it all, he understood also that the only way that I'm going to make it through the challenges, the only way I'm going to make it through the ups and the downs, the times that I feel disappointed, the times that I feel like it's not going the way that I thought it was supposed to go, the times that I feel like I want to quit, all of those things help me. The way that I'm able to go through all of those things, to make it through all of those things, make it through every change that life brings to me in the midst of it, is I have to be able to have a vision. He had joy for the thing that was set before him. And it allowed him, gave him the strength to endure the cross, despising the shame, and it is now set down at the right hand of the throne of God. He went through all the things that he went through. He was able to do it with joy because he understood this is a part of the process that gets me to the completion of this vision. So in this, we have our vision. We have a vision that we've written out. We have an idea that we've written out. We have a picture that we've created. Let me pause when I talk about this vision because I need it to be very, very clear for you and for me. Here's what I need you to, here's what I want to ask you. In your vision, what is it? What is it that you're actually trying to accomplish? What is it that you're actually trying to do? Who are you actually trying to impact? Or is your vision going to impact just yourself? Is your vision going to impact your spouse, your children, your friends, the type of community that you're building this for? Who is your vision for? What is your vision? Who is your vision for? And why is this vision important to you? I want you to clearly answer these questions. As you're making this picture, as you're creating and putting this together, I want you to take the time to make sure that you understand what it is, who it's for, and why you even have this. Because if you're just creating a vision just to create a vision, and you don't understand what the meaning of this is, You don't know why, who you're actually trying to impact. You don't know why you're actually making this, doing this, or being able to go after this dream or goal. Then you're literally just writing something down just to write something. You're just drawing just to draw. But you're not doing or creating a vision so that you can actually be effective, so that you can actually go after your goals, so you can actually achieve the dream, the desire that you actually have. You have to be able to know these contexts so you can be able to have a clear vision. What is it? Who are you trying to impact? And why? Now, here's some other added pieces that we can make sure that in the midst of writing down our vision, in the midst of creating this picture, in the midst of doing all of these things, here's the context of how we walk this through. So we can make sure that it is clear, it is understood, and make sure that this is a foundational thing where God is at the foundation and the center of everything that we're doing. In the midst of you going through the process of writing your vision, have you asked God to show you it? Or are you just trying to create something just to create it? And you're still going to answer the three questions, but you are all in control. Understand, the person that creates the vision is the one that's responsible for it. So if you want to be fully responsible for how this is going to work, how this is going to accomplish, how everything is going to work and how everything is going to be put together, then you create a vision without God's in his insight, his mindset, his guidance for you. But I would recommend that before you go deep into your vision, that you ask God for his insight. Ask him, God, you gave me this desire. You gave me this desire for this job. You gave me this desire for this business idea. You gave me this desire for this book. You gave me this desire for this type of relationship, for this type of finance that I want to have. You gave me this desire. Now I'm asking you to give me the vision that I need to be able to accomplish the thing that you put in my heart to have. And God, in his wonderful sovereign will, God, in his love for us, is going to give unto us the glimpse that we need, the vision, the snapshot that we need so that we can be able to have this vision. And then my job is now to write the vision and now ask the questions. What is the vision? Who is it for? And why do I have to have this? Why is this important? Why is this important? Why is this important? I repeated that on purpose because sometimes we do things without knowing why. And the reason why Jesus had joy, the reason why Jesus was able to endure, the reason why Jesus was able to go all through the things, everything that he went through was because he understood what his vision was. He understood who it was for, and he understood why he was doing it. So I want to make sure that throughout this month that you are able to have a clear vision, and we're going to start with the finish in mind. And we're going to walk this thing out together because I need you and myself to make sure that we are accomplishing the things that God placed in us, because what God gave us to be able to do, remember, we are the greatness tribe, and greatness is the ability to be able to serve well. So we all have greatness within us. We have to just utilize it and serve the type of people that God called us to, the thing that God called us to be able to do, and walk it out day by day. But we need to start with a vision. So again, I repeat to you, what is your vision? Who is it for? And why do you need it? I love you all. Thank you for being here with me. Make sure you get the book if you haven't gotten it already. The link is in the description below. And let's do this thing together. I love you all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.